Have you guys heard of the incident where a mysterious sea monster or another creature dragged a great white shark deep into the ocean and ate it? Hey guys, welcome back to some insane ramblings about creatures that may or may not exist. Today, we are talking about something that is real. It's actually real this time. And some people say this is the best evidence of sea monsters existing to date. The 2003 Great White Incident. Now this story greatly interests me because I love ocean mysteries and I love monsters. And this is both of them. So please stick around to the end. You're gonna love this story. It's really good. I did a lot of research, kind of. Let's get into the video. In 2003, Australia recently started this tracking program that required them to tag and track all large great white sharks in their area. One of the largest tagged sharks within this program was this 9-foot long female great white named Shark Alpha. The tag was put in off the coast of southwestern Australia and was meant to record ambient temperatures and depths to allow scientists to study the shark's behavior. However, after only 4 months, Shark Alpha's tag washed up on the beach just 2.5 miles from where it was originally tagged, where it was found by pedestrians passing by and then quickly returned into the hands of the tracking program. One of the researchers in this tracking program, named Riggs, reviewed the data from the tracker and was shocked at what it showed. The data seemed to show Shark Alpha plunging straight down the side of the continental shelf to 1,903 feet deep. And instead of the tag showing that it was getting colder as it should have been whenever it was going deeper into the colder part of the ocean, the temperature suddenly shot up and got hotter, going from its regular 46 degrees Fahrenheit to 78 degrees. Then, over the next 8 days, the tag that was very likely in the stomach of another creature stayed at the depth of 330 feet, moving occasionally, going up to the surface, and then just going back down. Until one day, the tag washed up on the shore. This meant that somehow this huge 9-foot great white shark must have been devoured and was inside the stomach of another creature. So, the news of this giant 9-foot great white somehow being devoured by another creature spawned tons of coverage, from Shark Week documentaries to TikTok videos claiming the megalodon is real, which is ridiculous because it's much more likely that the Kraken is real. Which leads us to the Kraken theory. Now, the Kraken is this mysterious sea monster with, lots of tentacles that's been talked about since 1100 AD. Now, many regard it as just a tale, and what's crazy is it was only confirmed as a real living organism in 1925, whenever they realized giant squids were real. The Kraken is real. The first photos of the giant squid in its natural habitat were only taken in 2004, which is just unbelievable. And even beyond that, the colossal squid has never been observed alive in its natural deepwater habitat ever. So let's say whatever ate Shark Alpha was a giant squid. Giant squids are cold-blooded. Their internal temperature is usually right about the same as their environment around them. So if Shark Alpha was grabbed by a giant squid and then dragged to the depths of 1,900 feet and then eaten, the temperature of the tag would not have spiked and probably would have stayed roughly around the same temperature as the water around it, which at almost 2,000 feet deep, it's likely roughly 39 degrees Fahrenheit. That is cold. Now, it seems like kind of a stretch to say that a great white would have been eaten by a giant squid. I guess maybe that's not really a stretch, but great whites do have a natural predator. That is the orca. So people think that maybe an orca did this. Orcas are extremely brutal. I'm sure you guys have seen videos of them. They'll go out and just, terrorize different things in the ocean. Whales, seals, stingrays. There's just one video of them doing the tail whip technique where it, where they send seals way higher into the air than they would ever need to hit an animal to kill it. They are so brutal, but so cool. They're such a cool apex predator. And we've seen what happens whenever you take an apex predator out of its natural environment and into captivity, with what happened at SeaWorld with Tilikum, where this orca killed 3 people in a terrible, crazy string of events, which I'm not going to get into all that. One thing we do know that orcas do is attack great white sharks. They'll even do it just to eat their liver. They're on that Liver King diet, which, fun fact, I actually only eat raw liver. I just made that up. Anyways, let's say that an orca did eat this shark. The problem with this theory is that orcas' internal temperatures are right at 100 degrees Fahrenheit, very similar to humans. And so for that reason, we can probably rule out an orca as being the one that ate the shark. Anyways, later on, the researchers found a group of migrating, much larger great white sharks that finally came into that area, which was the final data they needed that was the piece of the puzzle, allegedly. The scientists claim that the newly collected research data matched the same data from the tracker that was attached to the great white shark alpha. The body temperature of these migrating great whites were the same, and the size of the alleged cannibal great white shark was estimated to be 16 feet long and weighed over 2 tons, over 4,000 pounds, and it could have easily pulled off the speed of the dive that was captured on the tracker device. So why would this larger 16-footer great white shark cannibalize another 9-foot shark, shark alpha? Was it because of hunger, territory, shark rabies? If situations get bad, if they get trapped in something, they will also cannibalize other sharks. And so I guess the entire internet and most of the scientists are satisfied with saying it was just another gigantic great white shark. But I see one problem with this whole situation, and that is, if you remember, the tag was swallowed and inside the creature for 8 days moving around, which means it likely took 8 days to digest. Now, great white sharks on average take roughly 24 hours to 4 days to digest their food, meaning if this shark was eaten by a larger shark, then that larger shark took a really long time to digest for some reason, unless it was a reptile. Now, based on the digestion time, it seems that this digestion period is closer to marine reptiles. Things like crocodiles take a long time to digest their meat. I read that adult leatherback sea turtles have a core body temperature of 32 degrees above the surrounding water that they're in, which, if the water temperature at 2,000 feet was 46 degrees, add that 32 degrees and you get the 78 degrees, exactly the temperature the tag was at inside whatever ate it. So what giant ocean marine reptile would do this? A crocodile? No. A dinosaur, a Mosasaurus. People like to theorize that potentially a Mosasaurus ate the great white, which, like, hypothetically, Mosasauruses are 5 times larger than, you know, a large great white shark. They are huge. And given what reptiles are like right now, its internal body temperature would be very similar to whatever ate the great white shark. And its digestion would also be right on track. In conclusion, I would love it to be a dinosaur, and I hope you guys will also run with this theory and tell everybody it was a Mosasaurus. Unless the giant cannibal great white shark had some sort of digestive condition where it took a really long time to digest. But as for me, I'm going to say it was a Mosasaurus. Thank you guys for watching. If you like ocean mysteries, then please go ahead and hit subscribe, because I like that too, and you're just like me for real. If you would like to get a lobotomy, hit subscribe. And if you want a Kraken is real shirt, just get one from my merch. Kraken is real. But thank you guys for watching. You guys are epic, and the Mosasaurus definitely ate the great white shark from the 2003 great white shark incident. Thank you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.